Today, we're diving into a really powerful idea that the biggest changes in our lives, they don't usually come from some huge dramatic event. Nope. They come from small things we do over and over again. We're going to explore how just 1 hour every single morning could be the key to completely unlocking your future.
No, really think about that for a second. What if the secret to getting everything you want wasn't some crazy, complicated plan, but just a simple tweak to the first 60 minutes of your day?
And that's the whole idea. Right there, perfectly said by Jack Ma. The morning has this kind of magic to it. It's that precious slice of time when your mind is sharp, your energy is fresh, and all the noise of the world, it just hasn't started yet. It's your time. But look, this is way more than just setting your alarm clock a bit earlier. It's about really understanding what you can build in that quiet space. It's about tapping into this hidden power that honestly, most people just sleep right through. According to Jack Ma, this is basically a law of nature. If you wake up and just aimlessly scroll through your phone, you're pretty much programming your day for distraction. But if you wake up with a purpose, with a little discipline, you carry that momentum, that winning energy into everything you do. You win the morning, you win the day. Simple as that.
So, how do we know this stuff actually works? Well, let's look at the evidence. Let's look at the story of a young Jack Ma who used his mornings to build the one skill that would change, well, everything. This chart really puts things in perspective, doesn't it? Look at what he was missing. No money, no special resources, not even the internet. But what did he have? He had time. And more importantly, he had the discipline and the guts to use it.
And this just shows you his incredible commitment. Just try to picture this. Every single morning, waking up before dawn, hopping on a bike, and riding for 40 minutes. Not to some comfy office, but to a hotel, just for the chance to practice English with tourists for free. Every day, rain or shine. That wasn't just a hobby. That was him building his future, brick by brick. You see, that daily grind built something way bigger than just his English skills. It forged discipline. And let's be really clear what we mean by that. This isn't about punishment. It's about control. It's the superpower of being able to control that first hour, which then gives you this incredible sense of control over your entire life. Okay, so that's the why. Now for the fun part, the how. How can you actually use this same idea? Now, his goal was English, but you can use this blueprint for pretty much any skill you want to learn. So here it is, a practical 4-step routine you can start literally tomorrow morning. It all boils down to these 4 simple pillars: listen, speak, write, and review. Think about it. That's basically input, practice, application, and reinforcement. You don't need fancy courses or tons of money. You just need to show up. First up, listen. The moment you wake up, what's the very first thing you do? If you're like most people, you grab your phone and start scrolling. What if instead you fed your brain? First thing in the morning, your mind is like a sponge. It just soaks up information. So put on a podcast, an audiobook, something that moves you toward your goal. Start the day by learning, not by getting distracted. Step 2, speak. This one is so important. A lot of people can read about something, they can understand it, but then they freeze up when it's time to actually do it. Why? Because they haven't trained the muscles. So if you're learning a language, you gotta speak, even if it's just to yourself. The morning is perfect for this because who's around to judge you? Nobody. It's just you building your confidence. Okay, step 3, write. Writing is a game changer because it forces you to organize your thoughts. Just a short paragraph each morning. It could be about your goals, what you learned yesterday, anything. This practice forces your brain to actually think in that new skill, not just translate it from what you already know. That's where you go from being a student to a master. And finally, step 4, review. Look, learning isn't just about cramming in new information. It's about making it stick. And your memory is usually at its peak in the morning. So take 10 or 15 minutes to quickly go over what you learned the day before. This one little habit is what turns fragile knowledge into solid, permanent skill. All right, I know exactly what a lot of you are probably thinking right now. It's the most common excuse in the world, so let's just tackle it head on. Does that sound familiar? I'm just too busy, I'm tired, I have work, I have school, I have kids. And look, that feeling is 100% valid. Life is busy. But the real question isn't about if you're busy. It's about what you're willing to make a priority. And this This is Jack Ma's challenge to all of us. Just let that sink in for a second. If your dream for your future isn't worth trading for 1 hour of sleep, you gotta ask yourself, how badly do I really want this? And that really gets to the heart of it, doesn't it? The most successful people on earth don't have some secret 25-hour day. They just understand this one simple truth. You don't find time for the important things. You make time. It's a choice. You sacrifice something small now for something huge later.
And that right there is how this all comes together. The real magic of this whole method isn't what you get done in one day. Not at all. It's the compounding effect of what you do day after day after day. Check this out. 1 hour a day might feel like a drop in the bucket, but it adds up fast. That 1 hour becomes 30 hours in a month. And in a year, that's 365 hours. That's like getting an extra 9 full-time work weeks dedicated completely to your own growth. That is a massive, unstoppable advantage.
So in the end, it really comes down to a choice between two mornings which lead to two completely different futures. The average morning is wasted, scrolling, hitting snooze, dreaming in bed, and saying, I don't have time. But the disciplined morning is spent growing, building a future, and creating time. You multiply that choice over a few years, and you're not just in a different place, you're a different person.
And that's the big secret, isn't it? Extraordinary results aren't just for the super talented or the lucky. They're for ordinary people who choose to build extraordinary habits, especially in those quiet morning hours when no one is watching.
So I'll just leave you with this question. Tomorrow morning, the sun's going to come up, and that first hour is going to be there, waiting for you. While everyone else is still dreaming, you'll have a choice. So, what will you build?